Hi everybody, it's Jason from Screen Photographic. I hope you're doing well here. We're still in the middle of lockdown, of course, in the United Kingdom, as on many other places in the world, which means that we can't shoot, and that's a shame. But what we can do is educate and teach you one or two tricks. One of the things I see in a lot of photography editing forums for GIMP, Photoshop, Affinity, and all the others out there is how to remove an object or a person, or something that's out of focus, or a lamppost or whatever, from your image. And it's a really simple technique to do, actually. That's what I'm going to show you today. So we're going to go into GIMP, and at the time of recording this video I'm using the latest version of GIMP 2.10, which is 2.10.22, and you can get this from the GIMP website, from the Mac App Store, and also from the Ubuntu Software Center, which I got this version from. There have been issues with versions of GIMP from the Software Center before, however this one seems to work fine, with no issues at all. Let's just move this out a little bit so you can see. Now you might need some extra bits depending on what build of GIMP that you're using. Normally my edits works right out of the box, but this time you will need to download some other features, and I'll put a link in below to a Google Drive folder that I've left for you that you can download these scripts and add them to your scripts folder. Now if you're not sure where to find that, click on Edit, click on Preferences, and go to Folders, and go to Plugins, and it will show you where your plugins are saved and where your scripts are saved. Mine's a different location to yours because I've got some additional scripts which you'll see here, which do all kinds of different things. And what you're going to want to do is install the Resynth tool. You'll see Map Resynthesize, and this comes with some extra features. If you go up here to the Enhance, it comes up with Heal Selection, Heal Transparency, I think the Wavelet Denoise, and a Wavelet Decompose is something else, and I'll include that in the Google Drive folder for you to download as well. Now just one sort of cautionary note, if you like. I use Linux Ubuntu version 20.4, so I can't say with certainty whether those scripts will work on your version of GIMP. If you're using it on Windows or Mac, they won't break your system, they just simply won't work when you point the folders to look at them. And again, if you're not sure how to do that, Edit, Preferences, and to get it to look for a new folder where you might have downloaded and saved those scripts to, come down to your plugins, and you can literally click to add a new one, add a location, and put it wherever you save them from. It really is that easy. So once you've got those downloaded and installed, and there may be instructions that you need to follow to do that online, it's a case of finding your image. So I'm going to pull up this one for you from here, from the forum in Norwich. We'll take no notes of that for the time being. And this is a photo I took just before Christmas. And what we're going to do, we're going to zoom in, and just to show how this works, we're going to work on this lady here in the background. So I like this guy, he looks a bit ghostly, doesn't he? And I think the eye draws to her a little bit too much, so we need to remove her from the image. Now if you've used Photoshop, you'll be aware of the Content Aware Fill tool, and this works in exactly the same way. It takes an algorithm and it applies your content fill, adds pixels just to remove whatever might be in the image that you don't want in there anymore. So you need a select tool, so we're just going to use the free select tool, and we're just going to draw a shape around this lady here. Connect up to this side. Oops. Let's do that again, sorry, my mistake. There we go, so she's now selected. Okay, you see she's got the marching ants around her. So let's go up to Filters, Enhance, and here's where we come to the Heal Selection. Now there's a number of different options that it gives you. Context sampling width in pixels is set by default to 50, so it's going to draw from 50 pixels around the image, which may or may not work quite right. Sample from all around, or it will pull from a random order all around the image to fill in this area here to get rid of this lady, and filling in an order in a random way. Now just to show you what that might look like, it does get rid of her, but it does do something funny with these stairs here and doesn't look great from the random order that's pulled in. You can have a little bit more control, and it's going to vary depending on what image you're using, so if it doesn't go right the first time, don't worry too much about that. You can go back into the tool. I'm going to set this to 35 pixels. I'm going to pull inwards towards the centre, and I'm going to pull all around, and let's see what happens from there. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Now it's got the side of a table here, but the lady has gone. If you're happy with that, you can select none, zoom out. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Or if you feel there's a little bit more work to be done, you can either repeat the tool again around here, simply repeat and draw another shape if you wanted to do so. Reshow heel selection. Let's try the same again. Select none, and then just use the clone tool rather than drawing shapes constantly. You may want to make the square a bit bigger. Or the heel select tool, simply click, shift and click, or control and click, and then just paint over the area that you want. You can make the brush a bit smaller if you want to as well. That was probably a bit too small. We'll try that at, say, 25. That's a decent sized brush, isn't it? And then once again, just press Control and click, and then just draw from the area that you want to fill in around as much or as little as you want. This is just a quick edit for you. Get rid of some of that shadow. We'll replace the dot. The thing to remember with this tool, if you just Control Z out of that, is that when you press Control and click, that first target, so that fixed circle there, is the content it's going to take and paint into wherever you move the cursor to. Alright, so bear that in mind on the size of your brush, bear that in mind on the size of the area you want to edit, so as when we're drawing down. It's optional, you don't have to do that, it just gives you a bit more polish on the image, and you can be as thorough with it if you've got more time if you want to do so, but you really don't have to do that. So you just Control Z, brings everything back. So I'll show you that one more time. Go to Filters, reshow the heel selection tool. We're just going to push this up to, say, 40 pixels. We're going to hit OK. 35 pixels probably works better, doesn't it? As it gave us a better result than the last image. 40 is probably a bit too much. 35. There you go, she's gone. And then it's just a matter of going to select none or Shift Control and A. And I'll quickly show you how it works with the heel tool as well. So this heel's image irregularities, it looks like a plaster, and it works in a very similar way again. So you'll hold down the Control button and click, and then you just draw in the area that you want to draw in. It probably gives you a little bit more control, but bear in mind as well, wherever this fixed circle goes is what it will draw into the image. So if you come down here, it will draw and copy all of this. It is a little bit blurry, you can adjust that with the hardness of the brush over in the tool selection here. Or again, as I say, just draw your image around, but that is how you can remove something from an image in GIMP. I hope you found all of those methods useful. Please do download the tools. You can find them in the link below that I've put for the Google Drive. And let's give it one last go. So draw around it using the free select tool, go to Filters, go to Enhance, go to Heel Selection. Let's change this to, say, random and see what result we get. Oops. Forgot to change the pixels. set the default to 50. There we go, and it's gone. Let's scroll back out. Select none. And that's how you can remove an object quite quickly using just one tool in GIMP. I hope you found that useful. It works on bigger objects. You could easily remove one of these umbrellas. If you wanted to do it on landscape, I recommend using the outwards from the centre, above and below. If we're just cleaning up maybe a part of this floor here, if it puts from above and below, so there'd be a lot of continuity, which is in a lot of landscape pictures, where you've got a cityscape or where you've got people that can be slightly different as well. Use it for anything, so use it to clone people out of images if you don't want them in there. Perhaps you've fallen out with somebody. Does happen, doesn't it? Or you can perhaps edit your images to remove a building, remove a car, anything at all. It just makes it catch the eye. Really simple, really easy to use. Shown you a few times today. Enjoy the scripts, and I'll see you in the next video. As ever, you take care of yourselves, and much love to you all. Bye.